Hello, everybody. Hello, this is Patricia, and welcome. Hello, welcome to this reformer full body workout session, and where we are going to work uh, into an open level session. We are going to create a lot of strength and stretch. Let's follow the sequence: inhaling, lengthening. Feet are hips and width apart. Exhale, roll down until your hands are reaching the platform and relax your cervical spine. Let the gravity decompress the cervical spine, and on your next exhalation, roll your spine up, tailbone to head, and then repeat. Inhale, lengthen up, exhale, rolling down, making sure you connect your glutes and your abdominals, trying not to move your legs. Inhale, stay. Decompress the cervical, and then exhale using your abdominals and glutes to roll up. Rolling the shoulders, we are warming up a little bit after your spine, then now the shoulders, the knees, and taking this moment of awareness to focus on your body. So we are starting into a lie supine position, and adjust your headrest up or down if you need. Feet into Pilates stance, 3 strong springs. Exhale, press out, and inhale, close the carriage. So we follow this pace, focusing on keeping a neutral pelvis. Exhaling to press out and inhaling to close the carriage. We focus also on stabilizing the ankle joint, so the mobility is only on the knees and on the hips. Keep breathing, and feet parallel, transition to running. Trying to stabilize your pelvis again here. Careful, it's not a samba. Your hips, your pelvis, very stable and strong. And then pick up the pace. So it's inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for another count of 4. Just follow your breathing pattern. It can be 3-3, 4-4, whatever makes you feel okay into the rhythm. And then exhale, close the carriage. Now, on your heels, ankles are dorsiflexed, stabilizing your ankles again here. Inhaling to close, exhaling to press out. Careful, when you close the carriage, try to resist against the spring. Do not allow to close the carriage too jerky. Pelvis is still neutral. Inhale to close. Exhale, press out and bring one leg at a time to tabletop. We are still working with strong springs, so we are just doing alternatively here. One leg at a time, kind of marching, but keep stabilizing your pelvis. Inhale to close, exhale to open. So I'm changing the spring here. I removed one. So now we are working with 2 strong springs with feet in straps and legs to diagonal. bend and stretch. Inhale, bend your knees, and exhale, lengthen to diagonal. And lengthening your legs as low as pelvic stability can be maintained. Neutral pelvis again, so careful not to bend your knees too close to your chest, otherwise you might lose the control of the pelvic stabilization. Stay focused. Transition to bend and stretch frog. So we laterally rotate now from the hips. So laterally rotating your ankles, your knees and your hips. We mobilize from the hips and from the knees. Opening your leg straddle, inhale. Open straddle, exhale, legs to diagonal. So we keep breathing in to open the legs and exhale to zip the legs together. Inhale, dorsiflex ankles, exhale and point your feet. Again, the pelvis is neutral. Transition to leg circle. And reverse the motion. Inhale and exhale circle. Inhale, open legs. Exhale always when you open the spring actually. Inhale, the spring is closing. Exhale, the springs are opening. Inhale, the carriage is closing. Exhale, the carriage is opening. Breathe out. Breathe in. Inhale and exhale. And breathing in and breathing out. Imagine a glass of water on your pelvis. Stay neutral. Focusing on the mobilization coming from the hip joint. Keeping your feet parallel. Ankle bones together. No supination, no pronation of the feet. Focus on proper alignment. Be precise. Keep breathing. And from here, I just give a quick stretch, pulling the ropes to give a quick hamstring stretch. I remove the straps, put the straps on the floor, and we are now going to change, removing one red spring. So now we are going to work with only one red spring, preparing for mermaid. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling to laterally flex. And we breathe out. Always focusing on growing. And imagine yourself like in sandwich between two walls. So you really want to keep opening your collarbones. And exhale to press out. And then exhale, press out. And close carriage. And again. So really connecting your obliques to do this movement. And now we are going to press the carriage out fully and allowing to lift up the sit bone now. And we mobilize now both shoulders and one hip into extension, making sure you connect your abdominals to protect the lumbar spine, the lumbar area here, keeping the gesture leg very straight and connecting your glutes. So gluteus connection, abdominals connection, big stretch for the shoulders. It's really feeling good and actually very efficient for the abductors and the glutes. Now we keep opening the carriage and just lift up the leg up and down for a count of 10. And then bending your knee to return the carriage home, extending the upper spine. Exhale to press out again and laterally flex your spine to return to the starting position. Now we are going to keep the hips squared and give a good stretch. So here adductor stretch, trying to stay again here in a nice coronal plane, like in sandwich between two walls, I like to say that. And now we are going to rotate the upper torso. And now we are facing the shoulder block. We inhale, lengthen the spine. We are going to stretch the hamstring of the left leg. Exhale, stretch, keeping the pose, breathing normally. And then return upright. And now we turn facing the opposite side, ready for mermaid. On the opposite side. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, pressing the carriage out for 1. Exhale for 2. And again, 3. So remember, for mermaid, the left hand is slightly more toward the outside of the foot bar. You just don't want to align this hand with your shoulder. You slightly put it forward in order to help and provide a good congruency on the shoulder joint. So keeping that flow, opening the carriage, pressing out, and inhale to return. Exhale and inhale. Breathe out, side bend and rotate. Exhale, open and extend your right hip now. Closing the carriage, align yourself, press out and move now. The carriage opening and closing and simultaneously lifting the gesture leg as you press the carriage out. Exhale to press out. Inhale to close. Fully extending your knee. And trying to square your shoulders as much as you can. Exhaling to press out. Inhaling to close. Exhale to press out. And stay. Leg up and down. Good. Now, in this movement, try to really stabilize your pelvis and also the lower back, making sure you connect your abdominals. Now, bend your knee, leg to attitude, closing the carriage to return to the starting position. And we are now going to create our adductor stretch, inhaling to lengthen up and exhaling to side bend now toward the straight leg. Inhale, return, lengthen up. Arms reaching up to the sky, lengthen, grow. And exhale, reach forward to stretch your hamstring and breathe normally. And we roll up. We are now facing the pulleys, legs together, crossed at the ankle joint. We prepare for back rowing, exhaling to roll down, scooping the belly so the pelvis into imprint. And we inhale to lengthen up and rotate. Exhale, return to flexion. Inhale, rotate and abduct your arms. Exhaling to scoop and flex. Inhaling to lengthen up and rotate. Breathing out. Rotate, breathing in. Elongating your spine here. Shortening the spine. Lengthening the spine. Opening the collarbones here. Exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale, rotate and open the arms. Breathing out. Rotate. And flex forward and extend your shoulders and your elbows, clasping your fingers together. If you cannot do this movement, just keep extending your arms, reaching toward the foot bar. That's it. That's okay. Not everybody can do that. It requires a lot of flexibility on the shoulder joint. Now we cross the ankles on the opposite side and we repeat here into back rowing. Inhaling and exhaling. Repeating the sequence. Inhale, rotate and open your arms. Exhale, scoop and tuck your hips. So think about tucking your hips as you are flexing your spine. Exhale, flex your spine. Tuck your hips. Inhale, open your arms. Inhale, open your arms and breathe out and posteriorly tilt your pelvis. Extend your shoulder joint. Try to clasp your fingers if you cannot keep your arms reaching backward. And then return the arms forward and inhale, roll up. We are now going to readjust ourselves into a good alignment for chest expansion. So if this is too difficult, you can sit on the box, you can sit also on the pillow, you can elevate your pelvis, that's okay, okay? If you feel your hamstring very stiff, particularly. So it's an exhale to open the carriage and it's an inhale to close the carriage. Making sure you lengthen your spine. So imagine like energy on the top of the head, okay? Exhale to the center. Inhale, close the carriage. Exhale, pull. Inhale, look side to side. Exhale, look to the center, don't move. Inhale, return. Pull the ropes on the floor and give again yourself a little bit of hamstring stretch. Okay, now facing the foot bar. And we are going to work with 2 springs, one strong and one medium spring. And I'm going to start by giving myself a good hip stretch. So one foot is on the foot bar and one foot against the shoulder block. We open, close the carriage. And when we do that, we just want to try to keep opening the chest, the collarbones. And we just move and into a flow and breathe. Inhale, open the carriage. Exhale, close the carriage, deepening the hip stretch. Also here, also you see when you close the carriage, particularly here, extending the right arm here, it creates such a strong hip stretch. Now we create a hamstring stretch also, and we switch now to opposite side. Opening and closing. So following your rhythm, your pace, your level, just trying to keep your hips, your pelvis, neutral. This is a neutral pelvis. Inhale to open, exhale to close the carriage. Exhale, close the carriage. And now we are going to bring the left arm overhead. You can eventually place your hand behind your head to relax your neck. And now we open fully the carriage for a hamstring stretch also here on the right leg. Okay, that was quick. Now let's prepare for a knee stretch round back. Exhaling to close the carriage and inhaling to open. All right, we try to stabilize the shoulders here over the mobilization of the hips, scooping the belly every time you close the carriage. So really focusing on using your abdominals to close that carriage. We stand up now, ready for elephant, round back. This is elephant flat back actually here. Exhale, closing the carriage. All right, follow your pace. On high heels now for arabesque. And we are going to exhale again here to close the carriage and inhale to press out. Trying again here to stabilize the shoulders over the mobilization of the left leg. Spine is neutral. And we switch now to opposite side. Inhaling to press up and exhaling to close the carriage again. So just try to focus on stabilizing the shoulders and lengthening those legs. Okay, now we have only one blue spring, one medium spring, and we are now going to mobilize the spine and stretch the shoulders into cat and cow. Exhaling to close the carriage and inhaling to open. All right, now the foot bar is down and we are placing the platform. We still have a blue spring, a medium spring. We are into lateral rotation and I'm going to open carriage, flexing my knees. Exhale to press out and inhale to come back, just mobilizing the knees into plie. So notice that my carriage leg, the foot, is not at the base of the carriage, it's at the middle, which is going to make the spring much lighter than if it would be at the base of the carriage. So the focus is also on the inner thigh, on the adductors, not only just on the abductors, but also on the inner thighs. Inhale, close the carriage, and exhale, return carriage home fully. Feet parallel now. Exhale, roll your spine down, like if you pick up a flower. And just relaxing your spine, lengthening your spine, giving yourself a good stretch, and then exhale, roll your spine up, 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 opening your arms, extending slightly your upper torso. Excellent to close the carriage. Good. Now we are going to face the opposite side, legs into lateral rotation, plie, and come back. Breathe out to plie. Then we exhale here and inhale to close the carriage, and we keep that flow. So keep looking in front of you, and then now stabilizing the left leg and mobilizing only the carriage leg. Exhaling to press out, inhaling to close, and trying to really stabilize the torso over the mobilization of this carriage leg. A great exercise for pelvic stabilization. Inhale up, exhale, close carriage fully, feet are parallel. Now we open the carriage and we roll the spine down. We go to pick up a flower now to opposite direction. Hello, this is me upside down. Okay, so we decompress the spine and now we lengthen the spine and we exhale to roll the spine up, bone by bone. Opening the arms, extending upper back. Inhale and exhale to fully close the carriage. Okay, now we are going to prepare with the left foot into a lateral rotation, opening the arms like into a warrior one pose, a kind of warrior one, flexing now the platform knee. So only the front knee is moving now. So keeping your left hip extended, stabilizing the pelvis, keeping a neutral spine, and mobilizing only this right knee. Arms reaching up, holding the pose, extending the upper back into warrior one. And transition to warrior two. Breathe and hold the pose, squaring your hips. And exhale now to lift up your right arm, opening the diaphragm, feeling a good opening, a good stretch on the diaphragm. Return to warrior two, exhale. Inhale, return to warrior one. Careful with the carriage, the spring is pretty light. And we stand up on the platform to switch now to the opposite side. So we go to a warrior one pose and we open, close the carriage now with the front knee. So here I am showing a little bit a different version. Now I'm not moving my front knee, I am moving my back leg, which is showing you a little bit how you could also do if you want to try a little bit differently. Now, let's bring the arms up to warrior one and extend the upper torso. Transition to warrior two. Find your balance on this medium spring. On your next exhalation, you're gonna lift up the left arm, giving a good stretch on the diaphragm. Find your balance. Inhale, return and to warrior two and then to warrior one. And close the carriage. Arms reaching up to the sky. Inhale, lengthen up. And then exhale, roll your spine down. Down, down, down. Inhale, lengthen your back. And exhale, deepen the stretch. We are stretching here the hamstrings. And now we are going to sit down from here. Sit down on the carriage. Take the time to decompress my spine. And so I am now going to lift up the foot bar slightly one step higher. You can actually even lift it fully up to stretch the hamstrings. So we open, close the carriage, just taking a little bit of time to stretch the hamstrings. So just relax and just do it a few times to reset your body after this 30-minute sequence. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll be happy to guide you through another sequence next time. So goodbye, everybody. See you next time.